Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, it's time to get Reclassified is an 8.5% New England Style Double IPA from Ascension Brewing Company in Novi, Michigan. Usually one of the criteria that I like to use when I decide to review a beer is that I like it to be the first time I try that beer, because I like giving you my first reaction. This is not rehearsed. I didn't write this down. No, I'm not going into this with any preconceived notions, but full disclosure on this beer, I've had Reclassified a few times, but it has been a few months since the last time I had it. Now, this batch of Reclassified was released as sort of a soft launch on January 9th, or a soft release, but this is also a great beer to review from Ascension because it's available often from the brewery, so if you go into the tap room, you have a really good chance of trying it. So let's declassify this one by taking a look at the label. We'll get it into a glass. Fun fact, the maximum penalty for revealing classified information is death. Also, big shout out to Keith. I met him while I was picking up this 4-pack and had a really good time talking beer with him. So Keith, nice to meet you. And all my viewers or anybody I see out, it's really awesome to talk to you guys to kind of get a pulse or get your thoughts on the channel or the videos or the beers I review. So it's just really nice to talk to you guys. So taking a look at the can here, the label, on the front at the top, it has the Ascension A. It says Reclassified, in brackets, Double IPA. On the bottom here, it says brought to you by Ascension Brewing Company. And then it has this wording. It says in order to send to the first decide. So it's all got these redacted or whited out words on here, so you can't really tell. It looks like it's a classified document. And then on the back here, it says packed at 42,000 Grand River Avenue in Novi, Michigan, 48375. And then the description is brewed with honey and double dry hopped with all Citra hops, 8.5% ABV, and this is a 16 fluid ounce can. There is no date on the can, but I can assure you, I can guarantee you this was canned on the 9th of January because that's the day they released it, and they did it the same day. So I'm going to grab my Ascension Brewing Company glass here, my fancy Ascension glass. I'm going to open this can up and see what's inside. I'm assuming it's going to be beer. So, cracking the top here, I'm just going to get a nose out of the can. Getting a lot of citrus, a lot of bright, sharp citrus scent, aroma. Got kind of a hoppy dankness to it. Getting orange citrus specifically. And then it has kind of like a bitter kind of scent, a hoppy scent to it. So let's go ahead and get this in the glass. It's pouring out nice and hazy, and coming out of the can, it's got a nice yellow golden color, but very hazy. Getting a nice about 2 fingers worth of head here, and I can tell you nice carbonation, nice kind of little off-white head, not too dark, not super bright white, but holding it up to the light here, it has this really hazy quality to it. Obviously, I can't see through it. I can see the shadow from my lights hitting the glass, but I can't see my fingers at all, just the shadow. Had some nice carbonation kind of streaming up from the bottom. It's a lighter yellow around the sides, and in the middle, it's a little bit of a darker kind of dark orange, almost kind of like a brownish kind of tinge to it, but let's get a better nose here out of the glass. Yeah, nice bursting citrus scents. Again, kind of orange explicitly. That's the strongest of all the kind of citrus. There's a bit of a lemony kind of scent in here as well. If you've had a New England Style IPA that's been brewed with Citra, that's kind of what you're going to get. This is kind of that typical scent. It's got kind of a sugary kind of scent to it as well, like a sweetness. So you're getting the aroma of orange, citrus, a little bit of lemon, but a little like sweetness as well in there. So I think I've said enough about how it smells. Let's go ahead and dive in. Cheers. It's got a medium to thick mouthfeel, but not syrupy, not coating, not cloying. First taste is very sweet, very citrusy, very orangey. There's this kind of overlying sweetness that kind of is on top of everything, and that's where I think that honey kind of comes into play. That sweetness sticks throughout, but at the very beginning, you're getting a lot of that orangey kind of quality. You're getting a lot of that citrus, not much bitterness. As you roll it on your tongue, that's where you get that. That's where you start to get a little bit of the bitterness. It's got a little bit of a rindy, zesty kind of citrus bitterness to it, but that sweetness overlies the whole time. It balances it out really well. So you have this nice kind of bitter quality to it, like on the swallow. And like I said, when you hold it in your mouth, you kind of roll it around, that has that bitter quality to it, but that honey sweetness, the sweetness on top, the citrus sweetness, the juiciness kind of overlays the whole thing. It sticks there the whole time. Even though you get that bitterness, it's really evenly, nicely balanced with the sweetness. And even on the aftertaste, I have a little bit of bitterness in the aftertaste, but that sweetness just kind of hangs on top of it. It's like you think of a mattress. It's like the honey sweetness is like the pillow top on top of the inner core, the springs that the bitterness has. So I know it's a weird analogy, but that's like the first thing that came to my head when you think of it. It's kind of overlying the top the whole time. And I know that they've gone through several different iterations of Reclassified, but I believe the last few versions, or the canned releases, since they've really started canning it more, has been the same setup. I don't know if they switched some of the hops. I think at one point they may have had, I want to say they had like Galaxy and Citra, but I'm sure someone from either Ascension or someone that watches the channel that goes to Ascension quite often will let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, I mean, this is Reclassified is really, I mean, like I said, I've had it several times, but I thought this was now the time to kind of bring it to you guys because, again, Ascension's really rolling out. They're canning a lot. It's not that difficult when you go into the tap room to get this, but just make sure you check out Ascension's website, which is ascension.beer, and you can see what's on tap all the time, so you can see if this is going to be there before you go in. But yeah, it's very lightly. It's a very easy drinking beer. It's 8.5%. It doesn't have an 8.5% taste. Really good throughout. I don't pick up on any of the alcohol. So this is, again, recently, almost all the beers recently have been very dangerous, right? Because you don't pick up on the alcohol. But I really dig Reclassified by Ascension. It's probably becoming near the top of one of my favorite New England Style Double IPAs. All right, friends, that is Reclassified from Ascension Brewing Company. If you head into the tap room, make sure you let them know that you saw their beer right here. And if you check out their website, like I said earlier, ascension.beer, you can find out what they have on tap. And right now, you probably have a pretty good chance of getting Reclassified if you do head in the tap room. So have you had Reclassified? What did you think? You guys left a lot of comments on my Hop Slam video. So, what's your favorite double IPA? I know this is New England style, but what's your favorite double IPA? While you're down there leaving comments, you can also find links to my social media, my blog, some Amazon affiliate links in the description below the video. If you want to help the channel out, clicking those links and buying anything through Amazon really helps me out. I get a small cut. Also, if you like Michigan beer, stay tuned to Draft Therapy because I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday talking Michigan beer. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. And remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, and most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.